everyone. Hope you're doing well. My name is Jeff, and I am, in fact, a Xennial. What does that mean? Well, that means I know why there are so many songs about rainbows. Because they're awesome. It's true. No, really, from here. I'm just gonna wear my glasses. I think from from the Care Bears to obviously Rainbow Brite to other rainbows, Lucky Charms. I don't know. Rainbows have long been a part of pop culture, and I appreciate them. I gotta say, I love them. Look, we got to start at an even playing field here. We all know that the Care Bears were the heavy hitters of the 1980s. Of course they were. Of course they were. But Rainbow Brite has a very special place in my heart. I don't know. There's something about her that's so appealing. I'm not an expert at Rainbow Brite, but I'm really excited to dive into the Rainbow Brite show, to the lore. If you're new to this channel, which you probably are, because this is, I only recently started the channel. I am not an expert at any of the stuff I'm talking about. Rainbow Brite in particular, because it has such a long-standing cultural significance in, a variety of ways in different communities, etc. There are lots of great resources out there to learn more about the actual, the history of the doll and what it might mean and the cultural impact of Rainbow Brite over the years. In fact, I would love to hear some recommendations for that. Feel free if you have some really good sort of video essays or more that I could learn about Rainbow Brite. Please put those down in the comments. I'd love to explore more. No, what this channel does, what I love to do, is to dig into the sort of the narrative, the story. So I come from a background. I worked in television production for many years. I was a producer. I worked in television, children's television as well. So I have a professional but also personal interest in kids programming. I grew up with kids cartoons in the 80s as a Xennial, of course. I would have been 6 years old when Rainbow Brite first came out. So a really good age to be hit with this, and also probably like young enough that I wasn't jaded into boys gotta like G.I. Joe and Transformers and girls gotta like My Little Pony. I loved My Little Pony, by the way. I remember playing My Little Pony with my sister. I had a couple of ponies. They were great. Of course, I love G.I. Joe, and I love all the boy cartoons as well. But Rainbow Brite, in fact, I feel like kind of transcended the cartoon, certainly, because really Rainbow Brite, and this is my understanding, like I said, was built on the doll and the property. If you're interested in watching along with me, that would be great. I'm going to be really just looking at the story structure, about what we're learning about about the lore of Rainbow's world. And that's what I like to dive into on this channel, is sort of the lore, some of the extended stories, maybe the implications. A couple months ago, I found a box of books that it was like kids books that someone was throwing out on the side of the road. And I was like, should I? And I just looked, and I was like, and then I saw this one, and I was like, oh, look, it's Rainbow Brite. And I'm like, I got to get that. So I don't know when I'm going to post it. I did a video reading this kid's book for the channel. So I probably will post this before. So theoretically, you could have seen this. This is how I am familiar with the characters in modern day. I'm sure back in the olden days, I did know about Rainbow Brite, but other than some general sort of ideas around, there was a lot of rainbows and stars and spectacle involved. I have a much stronger memory of Care Bears. That said, I'm really interested to learn more. So if you want to hear me yap for a little bit more, feel free to stick around, or if you want to just skip to the actual review reaction, look for the chapter times down below. I'm going to be watching this on YouTube. The entire series is up on the official Rainbow Brite YouTube channel. So you can just go watch it there. This is like not an inaccessible cartoon. This is this is from the 80s. So I did look up, and thank you. So, and I'll see you at the reaction to the people who are leaving for those of you still here, I just want to say, I did look up the episode list so that I could understand and ensure that I was trying to watch them in order, because that's what I like to do here on this channel as well. Is like I'm a bit of a like completionist, if you understand the mentality of how, the kind of person who needs to do that. If not a completionist, then at least like in my innate sort of sense of like understanding the storyline and the extended universe of Rainbow Brite, I like to know where my starting point is and then where the journey takes me. So I'd like to start at the beginning. And Rainbow Brite did start with a series of TV movies. They were specials. They were actually, in fact, they were episode length specials. Then there was a movie. Then there was a series. There was a movie, but then there was only 13 episodes. That's it. And then a movie, which is crazy. It's one of those things where the mythos kind of and the property in and of itself, be it from the toy or whatever the extension of it, has outgrown some of the actual media that told part of the story too. Because Rainbow Brite was so heavily merchandised, I think that I think it became a really an important part of a lot of kids' lives at that time. Even though there wasn't actually that much content, and maybe it was supplemented by this kind of thing. Like there were further stories of Rainbow Brite here, and maybe I'm not sure at what point it became a sort of a cultural touch point for the queer community. Or, I'm also really interested in, I was watching the Barbie movie, and I found it fascinating. Remember the opening of the Barbie movie where they're talking about the sort of the evolution from the baby doll into the fashion doll, and then that sort of the perfect body of the hourglass figure, and like where you go from there, and the sort of sexualization of like the toys that girls were playing with at the time. I think that Rainbow Brite is really interesting because obviously, my memory is that she has a very positive message, and I don't think that she's sexualized. I don't think so. However, I do see the stylings, especially in the design work, like there's a very an interesting a dotted line. It's a dotted line between, where you were with like the Cabbage Patch Kid, which probably would have been new around in 1984 when this first episode came out. And then you go all the way up through to the 90s to the ultimate, the Bratz kind of where you have the childlike, design work, but it's still sexualized. I think Rainbow Brite perhaps sits somewhere in that story. I'd be interested to learn more about that. I wonder if anyone's done like a good video essay on it or something. If there's more information, please, let me know down below. I like to watch. I just want to watch stuff. I'm just here to watch stuff. What analysis and lensing I will provide is through story, through content, and from the perspective of XennialLens. She seems like a very positive role model, and I'm excited to dig into what happens in the storyline here. So what we're going to start with today, and I know it says it in the episode thing, but this is a two-part opening, the beginning of Rainbowland, part 1 and 2. And I think they're both 20-minute, 22-minute with ads, right? Brings it up to a half hour long episodes. I don't remember what happens in this. I have not watched Rainbow Brite in a very, very, very long time, but I'm excited to learn more. I think that this conceptually aligns with the Care Bears, especially early Care Bears, sort of messaging around helping kids understand their feelings and making the world a better place through the joy of color. How could you not like that? Okay, let's get into the episodes and see what we can see. Okay, here we are, full screen now. Yes, we're on YouTube. The beginning of Rainbowland.
Into a land filled with darkness came a little girl with a mission. After proving herself to be worthy and brave,
Sorry, just not to interrupt the I just started it, but are they giving away the entire story that they're about to tell in the intro? That's what I think is happening. I really, really it's like a total pet peeve of mine. I love cartoons that have lots of lore explained in the intro, but like, come on, man, I'm about to watch that episode. I know that they didn't think kids were smart enough to like track what was happening back then, but seriously.
She became known as Rainbow Brite. Now, along with her magnificent horse Starlite and her loyal and true friends Twink and the Color Kids, she lives far
Color
away
Kids.
in Rainbowland, a wonderful place full of color and happiness. Using the power of the rainbow, her magical color belt, and the star sprinkles, Rainbow Brite and her friends protect Rainbowland.
Whoa!
Fighting off
Look at
the
these
forces of
villains.
darkness and gloom, and the devious plots of Murky and Lurky, so that they can bring color and happiness to people everywhere.
Oh my god. So she's like a princess of Rainbowland, I guess. I gotta say, I'm a little miffed that they explained all that. I mean, she's already on her horse, so maybe that's just the origin that we never see in the show. But that's a little odd. Yeah, it's a weird, right? That was like a pretty heavy lore dump. That cannot be the beginning of every episode, right? There's got to be a whole like just a regular intro with music, I would hope. All right, let's keep going. I'm sorry, I will stop interrupting, but let's keep going and see where this takes us.
Hi, this is Rainbow Brite.
Hi, Rainbow.
Today, Rainbowland is a wonderful place, filled with color and happiness. But it
Nice.
wasn't always that way. Once it was a dark and scary world, filled with danger and gloom.
So if she's narrating, then why did we have the other narrator before? Huh. I like those birds. Run, Twink, run! So I think these guys are like the toads in Mario, you know, like these the inhabitants of this world.
You still want to save this world, little Wiz?
Yes. It's even worse close up.
Find the light and the color of this land and set it free, and the darkness will disappear.
Where do I start?
Okay, so her name is
For the
Wisp.
sphere of light.
Are you still there?
It's kind of like a Blue Fairy scenario, right? Or Glinda, maybe.
You haven't seen a sphere of light by any chance, have you? I'm looking for a sphere of light so I can make your world beautiful. Color,
Wait.
happiness.
Wait, I don't understand. She's not Rainbow Brite yet. There's this whole backstory where a little girl from the human world, is she a human girl who gets brought to Rainbow Land to, restore the color? Like, I get that this is like, I don't really understand what's going on, I think. I think the storyline that I'm missing. All right, she's not Rainbow Brite though, yeah, right? She's just Wisp. So, I don't know what's happening.
I guess I'm on my own.
You can do it though.
Sorry, gotta run.
Wait a second.
Around here if I were you. I'm trying to find a sphere of light.
I love Twink's voice. So cute.
Good. See ya. At least tell me where to start. Start running.
Everything in this world is terrifying. Trees, the
Won't
thing,
come back,
that
will you?
ram thing.
They never come back. They just keep coming. Where do they go?
Jeez.
To the castle, where your sphere of light is. I'm going that way. Well, wish me luck.
What are you doing, buddy? You gotta help her out. Listen to this sad music.
It's my quest. I have to find the sphere of light. But he's... Come on.
I would have liked to see her in
I'm Twink,
the human world.
and I'm making a big mistake.
Did we just become best friends? I think so. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
You really need the sphere of light this much?
So, got it. Evil wizard or something controlling the land. Bringing darkness. Used to be beautiful. Some sort of spirit of good goes to the human world to get a hero. Classic. Classic. Look at her. She's like, I don't know. Jeez, careful, Twink. Some video game character. Right, I mean, please pull him up. Sorry, is Twink a boy or a girl? That's okay. I don't need to misgender Twink. They are amazing and cute.
Twink? I'm right here. I wish I wasn't. Wisp, where are you? Your hand's cold. So's yours. Come on, let's go.
It's very upsetting.
Phew! How evil can he be if he keeps all these beautiful statues here? They're not statues. I tried to tell you. This is what happens if you go to the castle. Come on, Twink. I can't. We're almost there.
I mean, if you stay there, you're gonna
You're
die.
heavy. I'm turning into ice. Like them. You can't let it happen to you. It's happening. Twink, you can make it if you believe you can.
Really?
Believe, Twink. Try and believe.
This is one of those, like, the swamps of sadness take you if you don't have faith in yourself. I appreciate that we've been just thrown right into the action here. There is a lot going on, and like, at least it's right off the bat interesting. But I guess, like, I don't know. I can follow what's happening clearly, but would you be able to, like, it's weird, right? It's weird, like, we missed the beginning of the story. I don't know. I guess we just have to wait and see what's gonna happen. Twink is super cute, right? Like, I think that I would like I'm sure lots of people wanted the Rainbow Brite doll. I would like a Twink doll, that would be kind of nice, right? Like a little stuffy. That's my wish.
Oh, he's beautiful. It could be a trap.
It's not a trap. It's a beautiful
You know what we
horse.
need? A plan. Let's go talk about this. We'll come back when we got a plan. Good idea, huh?
Oh no, more birds with teeth.
Your heart's beating.
Yeah, Twink was able to get out of the ice. Does that mean that the horse can get out too?
You're alive.
Whoa. Through the power of love. Don't mess with the horse. Oh no, it's all over.
Hang on.
Awesome.
You can talk.
Talk. I'm Starlite, the most wonderful horse in the universe. Of course I can talk.
Horses are amazing, right? I mean, like, real horses are amazing. Cartoon horses are also amazing. This kind of reminds me of what was Aurora's horse? Aurora? That was her name, right? Before she turned into She-Ra. What was her horse's name in in She-Ra. And didn't Bo have a horse too? Maybe. I don't know. The My Little Ponies are like great, but like also, you know, they don't look as majestic as a real horse looks. So I appreciate that Starlite has like actual horse proportions. You gotta watch out. You don't want to fight a horse though. That's for sure. One time my dog went into like a corral with a horse and got kicked. Whew. I mean, I think we were lucky that she was not just dead. She was okay, but easily. Like horses they can be pretty dangerous in a fight. That's for sure. So a good ally probably for little Wisp here to have. Nice transition. Love that. Uh-oh, are we gonna get our villains? Is it Murky and Lurky?
Dessert! Where's my dessert?
I'll get it for you, Murky.
Love the henchman. Gotta love it.
No! You bozo brain!
Okay, so I know a little about them from this book here. Murky and Lurky. And I remember the designs, but I didn't remember a ton about them. But classic, you know, kind of like impotent, dumb villain in Murky. And then bumbling henchman Lurky. Lurky's pretty funny. I like Lurky. But like this interaction of them and him spilling first of all, it's totally gross looking food, and then spilling it right into his face. That is exactly tells you everything you need to know about their dynamic and these characters. But then again, does this seem like the kind of guy who could bring darkness to the whole land? I'm skeptical. Does he have a boss, or like maybe his dad or something, you know? Let's see.
You...
Someone's come seeking the sphere of light. You must stop her on your feet.
Who is that? It's a machine?
This is what she looks like. Now get after her.
There's so much happening here that I don't understand. Another great transition.
Boy, I thought we'd never get out of there.
All in a day's work for the
music.
magnificent Starlight.
My name's Wisp, and this is Twink. There are some places you just can't go.
There's only one way into that castle. The legends say, just legends, mind you, that there's a special collar belt, and it's the only way to fight.
Where do we find this color
Microphone's
belt?
in the flowers.
Well, the legends say it's in the river.
The no return river?
Oh
The
no.
evil one threw it in a long, long time ago. So the legends say.
We have to go and look for it. In the no return river? We have to try.
But
Look
we'll
around
never
you.
return.
Look how awful this world is. Don't you want it to be bright and beautiful and full of life?
What are you doing, Murky?
I'm going to make that little spy so gloomy she'll never want to see
he's a
colors
scientist.
again.
Colors are pretty. Save me.
Get off me! We have to hurry!
Move it, dum-dum. Okay, let's go.
A trip. I
Oh,
love
nice.
going on trips.
What is this, the Murky Mobile?
You do know where the river is.
Absolutely. That river was right here. It was right here.
Is this horse a little cocky? Seems like it. I love this little Mario Kart vehicle they have. It's awesome.
Hurry!
When we're done, do I get to ride on the horsey?
Not yet.
Oh no, too early.
What's that noise?
It sounds to me like an earthquake.
An earthquake?
Hang on to me!
So ineffective, these villains. Okay.
Quick!
Bounce, bounce,
Get that
bounce.
grumpy
Nice.
buggy started.
The crash buggy? Wait for me!
Back here, snail brain.
It's the river. We found it.
Now let's get out of it.
How are you supposed to find a single little magic belt in the middle of all that?
If we can get up there, we'll be able to see everything in the whole river.
The bridge. Now they're heading for the bridge.
So, Rainbow or Wisp or whatever, and Starlight and Twink, they haven't even met these guys yet officially, right?
You can make it. I know you can.
Help!
I have so many questions.
Murky, help me! You just lift me up.
How come it doesn't float?
Get back to work.
What's interesting to me is that, like, clearly these villains, you know, they don't want to make them scary. Like, they're just supposed to be bumbling, funny, you know, comic relief. But there is actually, you know, a horrible villain somewhere lurking in the shadows behind all this. I gotta find out this lore. It's getting to me here. Like, that I missed something. Maybe I need to rewatch that intro info dump. Like, maybe it explained it there.
Hurry, they're coming.
What is item?
Something bit my toes.
Barracuda.
We're almost there.
I feel like as a kid, I was definitely concerned about barracudas. Were you?
They're coming.
It looks a little shaky to me.
They're literally walking on it with Murky holding it together. Didn't he want to break the bridge? Why doesn't he just let go?
I hope they like swimming.
Or let go with one side, you know?
Maybe we better go back.
Well, at least Murky has fallen to his doom as well. Or not.
Twink!
Can she swim?
Twink! Starlight! Twink! Starlight! No!
And here come the barracudas. This is the worst. Where's Falcor when you need him? Is that Falcor?
Twink and Starlight are gone, and it's all
No explanation. No need to talk about that thing again.
set me here. You've got to help me. I want to go home.
Okay. That was weird. It looked like it froze for a second.
A baby.
What is this,
You'll
like,
be all right.
continual...
Wisp,
Okay,
what a
it's fine.
magnificent sight you are.
It's fine.
Starlight, you're alive. Twink, I'm here.
Everyone's okay. And she's got a baby.
Found a baby.
Just what we need, a baby.
She's all alone. We have to help her.
Of course you do. That's, I don't want to ask how she got there, but also...
Look, there's a cave here. Let's get the baby out of this rain.
Yeah.
Maybe there are monsters in there.
Also,
If there are, at least they're dry.
this at least plays into the sort of, you know, little girls who are watching this who, of course, want to take care of a little baby. And not to be like stereotypical, but like, you know, you got to call them like you see them. I have met a lot of little girls, and they love taking care of babies. As a foster parent who has had babies after babies after babies in my house for many years now. Yeah. Kids love babies, especially little girls.
It goes way back.
Okay.
It's all right. Everything's all right.
Babies.
I think maybe she's cold.
So interesting. Like, I assumed Rainbow would end up being sort of the queen of Rainbowland, but maybe this baby is like the chosen one.
Look, we can build a fire.
And then Rainbow is like the protector of the land. Amazing.
Look. It looks like something Murky would wear. It sure doesn't look
They
like
did
much,
it.
does it?
We'll find the one we're after.
We just have to keep looking.
Isn't that it?
It must have been really beautiful once. But not very special.
What are you talking about? Of course it's special.
It is the color belt. We found it. And you said who needs a baby? If it weren't for her, we
Listen to
never
this
would
music
have come in
cue.
here. Now we'll find that spear of light. And then we'll make this whole land bright and beautiful.
Nice. End on a positive note.
This never ends. It opens up the world.
Okay.
There are rainbows to be found if you just take a look around.
That was good.
Making better friends. So they're shining
I mean,
bright in every face.
obviously I was concerned about the hold on, let's listen to this.
Rainbow bright and bees, so they're shining bright in every face. Shining for all to see, to make the world a brighter place. Rainbow bright and bees. Cookie jar.
All right. I would say I'm gonna give that song a solid 6. Maybe a 6.5 out of 10. It's a little poppy, a little more poppy than I would like. I want something a little more like sentimental, I think, is what I'm looking for. I understand why you do it that way, but meh. I don't know. Like on the wiki, the episode order is a little confused. To be fair, like IMDb has one listing, Wikipedia has a different listing. But this one being called the birth of or the beginning of Rainbowland or whatever seems like the place to start, you would think. Perhaps we'll have to wait till another time when we watch more Rainbow Brite, when we can learn the true origins of the character. Or maybe it's not told on the show, which wouldn't really make sense to me, but it could be. Maybe it's told in some other form or a book or something. I don't know. But I will say I thought that episode was pretty good. I think that I can see the appeal of a little girl who just won't give up. She's got a lot of spirit. She seems really nice and friendly, and she cares about her friends. I think the design work is pretty good for all of these characters. And I like Twink. I think Twink is probably my favorite. I think that as a kid, I would probably like Starlite, because cocky and a little sarcastic. Yeah. But overall, my favorite character is Lurky, of course. The bumbling sidekick is always a treat, a delight. I feel like there was one of those in a ton of shows. We should do a tier list of the best bumbling sidekicks. Let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in seeing. Okay. So overall, I think a good episode. I'd like to see where this goes. Let's jump into episode 2. I think it's just called part 2. Okay. All right, here we go. The beginning, part 2.
Into a land filled with darkness came a little girl with a mission. After proving herself to be worthy and brave, she became known as Rainbow Brite. Now along with her magnificent horse Starlight and her loyal and true friends Twink and the Color Kids. She lives far away in Rainbow.
Are they introducing the Color Kids in this episode too? No.
Color and happiness. Using the power of the rainbow, her magical color belt, and the star sprinkles, Rainbow Brite and her friends protect Rainbow
Who's
Land.
that guy?
Fighting off
That
the
guy.
forces of darkness and gloom.
Yeah.
The devious plots of Murky and Lurky, so that they can bring color and happiness to people everywhere.
Okay. Howard Cohen.
I want that bell.
Who is that? Who is the Overlord? Why is there like a machine here that does lightning, that sometimes is just lightning, but also is sometimes lightning that freezes people? These are the answers that I need. Give me the lore. Give me the lore. I'm waiting for it.
Yes, Your Excellency. Your Majesty. Sir.
Your
we
darkness,
have the
your lord.
Our new weapon. The super gloom machine. It'll make that little meddler and her friends so gloomy.
Oh, it's a gloom. I thought it said a gloop machine. A gloom machine?
Our first step, Your Highness.
Okay. Oh, maybe it's a sleep machine. You should tie your shoelaces, buddy.
Now to find the sphere of light and make this whole world beautiful. Where do we start?
What's she carrying on her back?
What's it
Oh, the baby.
doing?
In a papoose or something.
Wow!
Whoa, what is this?
We're the Color Kids, keepers of the enchanted star sprinkles. That the sparks mine the Color King. To help the one who wears the belt make the world bright and filled with color. But the King of Shadows banished us to the seven corners of the land.
The King of
And only the
Shadows.
one who earned the right to wear the color belt can set us free. I will. I'll find you and I'll set you free. And this will be a world of hope and happiness again. But where do we look?
Wow. Is this show like a totally weird mix of like way too much lore and way too little like explanation of that lore? Like, what is this? What is this dumping of story? Just like here it is. Like finding all the Color Kids. That's like there's your MacGuffin for the entire first. That's your arc for the entire first season, right? And what did they say? The Shadow King? Was that his name? The Shadow King. Great name for a villain, sure. Like it's simple but classic. I get it. But shouldn't like we should be starting with that. Like they keep doing this. Like we're gonna explain stuff, and all it does is put up more questions for me. Am I the kind of person who feels like I need to know everything? I like to say no, but this I find a little frustrating, you know? Like I appreciate that they're just like get us the action, just get us the gags. But I also like if you're giving me the origin story in a two-parter, you know, give it some gravitas, like add a little emotion here. Let's keep going.
This gonna get us the color belt, Murky?
One whiff of this gloom cloud, and they'll be begging for mercy.
Okay. Gloom cloud. Got it.
We don't know where it leads.
We can't stay here.
Go for it. Go, go, go!
Phew. What do you think?
Well, we certainly
Wow.
can't go back.
Starlight said she couldn't jump it and then did. Oh my gosh. More characters. Let's add more lore. Hey, Star Sprinkles.
Someone's there. I'll fight you. He's one of the Color Kids. You're the one who found the belt. We'll get you out of there.
I had this theory. Sorry, just so you know, that's Red Butler. I had this theory that probably the writers were like shipping these two. And that the implication is that one day Rainbow and Red will really finally get their act together and just get together. We'll see.
Stand back, my friends.
But you know, Buddy Blue is the bad boy.
My name's Wisp. How are we gonna get out of here?
I'm Red Butler. I was in charge of the red star sprinkles. This cave's where the sprites mine all the star sprinkles.
You know he's legit
But
because
the
he's got a
sprites
cape.
only follow the color kids.
Not this, right? I follow Wisp.
And you can't have all the colors without all the kids.
We don't.
Oh, wait. Do you remember in the opening how we saw all the different Twinks? Are they all called Twinks? They all, or maybe that's just that one is called Twink. They all were different colors. So the red ones follow the red one, the green ones follow the green one. Maybe that's it. And then Wisp, and then Twink is white. Are there other white Twinks? Are they called Twinks? I don't know if they're called Twinks. The people of Rainbowland. Let's just watch.
Don't even know where to look for them.
Oh no! The Tangle Forest, or Canary Yellow.
Wherever she is, we've got to get her out.
So convenient. There's a whole map and everything. Music cues. Every now and again, this
You
music
stay here
hits.
and gather
Kind of
all
like,
the red star
what are they,
sprinkles you
whoever
can.
did this is like,
Right.
it's some,
And I'll get everything ready for the rest of the color kids.
what, he's not coming? All right.
Well, if this is as bad as it gets, we won't have much trouble rescuing Canary Yellow.
Whoa, that was a crazy. Oh my goodness.
Hurry!
This is no
Kinda like-
time to eat. I'm hungry. Well, I'm not.
You should be hungry. It's lunchtime.
It's not lunchtime. She says it is. And who is she?
We already had our lunch.
See, we missed lunchtime.
Oh, she's playing them
What
so
do you
well.
want here?
Her.
Never.
Quick, this is our chance.
You didn't bring like a hacksaw. How are you gonna get? What is this?
Whoa!
You'd have to take the whole forest apart to get me out.
What are we gonna do now, Murky?
You're going in there and bring her a little present.
Oh boy, I love presents.
A gloom bomb.
Where's the ribbon?
Just go give it to her, Brother Brain.
You gotta throw it, dude. Oh, it's gonna blow up the tangled, the brambles, right? Yeah. Oh, it's the dragon.
Murky, I lost a present.
Hurry! Hurry!
Oh, so Canary Yellow gets to come with them, but not Red Butler?
Murky, I found it.
And he's gonna be all cartoon, like, blackened by the soot, right?
I didn't care about lunch anyway.
We just cut away.
Everybody, keep your eyes open. The rest of the kids could be anywhere. Don't do that!
That kid knows exactly what she's doing, I think.
It's Patio Green. We'll never be able to
Ah,
get
the
her
Irish
down
one,
from
right?
there. We'll find a way. Let's go!
Classic. They're just racing through saving all of these color kids, huh?
I'll start gathering my yellow star sprinkles. And I'll collect my green ones.
And we'll be back with the rest of the color
What are
kids
the star
as
sprinkles
fast
just
as
like
we
on the
can.
ground in this
and when
cave?
I send you a signal, you come running with all the star sprinkles you can carry. We'll be ready, Wisp. Come on, Twink.
That's interesting. Do they just call her Wisp like all the time then? I thought we called her Rainbow Brite, or maybe that's like a title. Oh.
Right into a trap.
That's how you make it
If
easier.
we
You
don't
just
save
save.
all 7 of the kids,
You get them all at once.
There'll never be any color in this land.
So we got red, yellow, green, blue, orange, indigo.
And I'll have you right
Who else is
where I
there?
want you.
That's it, right? Oh, violet.
We've got to get ahead of them.
I didn't get to be the wonder of the galaxy by being a slowpoke.
He was driving the whole time. I don't understand. That's some good jumping. Oh my.
Maybe we haven't got the power to make the whole land beautiful yet, but we can at least keep it from getting any uglier.
Look at the pretty colors.
Aren't they wasting their star sprinkles? Don't they need those to fight the Shadow King? I'm not trying to overly apply logic. Oh, nice to this show, but like, where does he keep getting those toys? And see, that's the thing. Always with the bumbling sidekicks, they always kind of, they're always kind of like secretly a good guy.
Come
We
on,
did it.
Just one more color kid to rescue. Where's the baby?
Where is the baby?
Here.
Oh, snap.
A cute little baby.
Lurky will take care of her, don't worry.
She likes me. Murky, look what I found.
Oh. So who is this
There she
kid?
is. Come on,
Huh.
we can catch them.
We'll be able to get her back when we find the 7th color kid.
We don't even know where Shy Violet is. Even if we did know, that
She's got a
poor
beret.
baby
She should be
needs
French,
our
right?
help. What about your quest? We have to save that baby.
Yeah. That's clearly a priority. Wait, what? Kids, this way.
She can have the baby.
Oh, the baby is this way.
If I can have that belt.
Okay.
We're inside the castle.
Wow.
There's a stairway. It looks dangerous. Stay here if you want to. We'll be back.
Where's the accessibility elevator?
You not in there, lame brain. Downstairs. No.
Someone's
Did his shoes have arrows on them? Dude, that was a good jump. Just... Lurky's definitely gonna... Yeah.
On your feet, Dodo breath.
Yeah, and his shoes do have arrows on them. Hey, Siri... Wait, sorry, Starlight's pretending to be a statue. That's pretty good. However, I have no idea how Starlight did that with the hair. Quick question. And seriously, because this is the thing that is cartoons do, and I always wonder this. Like Lurky's nose and Twink's face, are those furry or are those not furry? Think about it. Just think about it. Actually think about it, right? And then circle back.
Come on, let's look for the baby. Twink, look. It's the 7th color kid.
You see the fur rim around her face, around Twink's face?
You get that handle, Twink.
These things, they're like out of the
They're
flying
some
heads
sort
out
of
of,
random
was it
phase
Zelda or
generator combined
Castlevania?
with a massive reactor that just get those violet star sprinkles. I've got too much momentum. Starlite.
Wait,
I'll get her back to the color
I don't know
cave.
what happened.
Now let's find the baby.
Okay, wait. That's a great frame, by the way. But so Violet has a personality already. You could see that, right? Like Violet's the smart one because she's got the glasses. Of course she's the smart one. I get that. Although I thought her personality was going to be shy, right? But you would think, I mean, maybe they'll develop it in further episodes, but you would think that you could have done a bit more with some of those other ones.
Let's go. Wisp.
Yoink the hook. Conveniently, I have a comically large cane hook around here.
Tower. That's where the sphere of light's supposed to be.
It is, and so am I.
Oh no. What the heck is happening here?
Someone has to stop you.
It's the signal. Come on.
She's doing it. I don't understand this. I don't understand it a lot. It's okay. Oh, is it because they're like powered by the star sprinkles now? Look at this amazingness. Dang. I gotta say, some of the animation here, like I know that the design work is like intentionally kind of like it's stylized, right? But like the way they've done some of the lighting effects are like pretty decent. You know, there's these little moments in here where you're like, oh, like that music cue, or oh, like that lighting effect, the way that that transition happened. You know, it was like you can see that people who like really know what they're doing are making the show, even if it is following a bunch of tropes.
Give me the bell.
Oh.
No. I promise to make this land beautiful, and I will.
Okay. That's scary. Is that was it the Shadow King?
The baby.
The baby is.
It's the sphere of light.
The baby is the sphere of light?
Starlight.
I'm coming, Wisp.
Dang. No!
Save him, Wisp.
How did that work? Does Rainbow Brite control the rainbows? Or was it the sphere of light?
Don't you ever come back! Hey! Starlight, wait!
Okay.
But you
Final showdown. No, the power of rainbows will stop you. Gone for now. That was pretty cool. I mean, you know, you can't have too much peril. Oh, snap! That's the castle. That's her castle, right? The Rainbow Brite's castle.
You have fulfilled your quest, Wisp. You are not Little Wisp any longer.
When was she
You
Little
shall
Wisp?
be known henceforth as Rainbow Brite, and all the beauty of all the lands is entrusted to your care. Protect
Wow.
it well.
Murky, look at all the pretty colors.
Jump, popcorn brain, jump!
And they live in the pits, it's called, is their land.
Starlight, now you really are the most magnificent horse in the universe.
You have won your
Wow.
place, Rainbow Brite. You wanted a land that needed you. Now you are its hope and light and color. But there will always be those who would make it dark. You will have to fight to keep the wonder in your world.
I will.
I know you will.
I will. I will.
Thanks, Ball of Light. You're the best.
When you meet brand new friends,
Okay.
it opens up a world. A world whose brightness
Let's listen to
never
this.
ends. It opens up a world. There are rainbows to be found there. If you just take a look around there, making brand new friends. So they're shining light in every face.
This could grow on me.
Shines for all to see, to make the world a brighter place. Rainbow bright and me, so they're shining light in every face. Shines for all to see, to make the world a brighter place. Rainbow bright and me.
1986, that says. All right. Well, that was Rainbow Brite, what was it called? The Birth of Rainbowland, the beginning of Rainbowland. Sorry, the beginning of Rainbowland, part 1 and 2. What did you think? Did you like it? I know that there's, a lot of people have sort of a general idea about, hey, this is Rainbow Brite, but like, have you sat down and watched it yet? Now you have. Yeah, I think it was pretty good. I think overall, like, I liked that there was a lot of action. I liked the characters. I think there was a little too much. There was definitely too much lore. And I love lore. I love side stories. I love the extended universe. But like, take your time. You got a short window of time. And the problem is that they were so lore heavy, but then they had to immediately disregard it because they wanted the show to like move at a clip, which I get. I totally appreciate that. I think that that's actually the right move for a kid's show. But that's why, especially back then when it wasn't quite as serialized or whatever. And maybe they have the argument that says, look, we only have so much time. We want the main season or the rest of the show or the next time we make an episode, everything's got to already be established. However, if you've got that much world building and that much lore to put together, I think that you are in trouble if you're trying to cram it all into 2 episodes. That probably warranted a 3rd episode, like a longer arc. Like, I mean, we have questions, right? Did Wisp come from the human world? Because that's like in the classic sort of sense, that's where this story should start, right? You would start in the human world, a little girl, maybe she's an orphan or something, and wish upon a star, and the blue fairy, orb of light, whatever, comes down and grants her this, you can go to your own land where, you'll have a purpose or make it beautiful. Whatever. But like, we never saw her get this quest. So there's immediately stuff that's been cut out. And I think that they said it was the Shadow King. What's the origin of Rainbowland? Where did the Shadow King come from? And how did they take over? I don't know. Who is this Orb of Light? Why did she appear as a baby? Like some sort of like Chibi Usagi kind of a like scenario here, right? Like, I don't know. That's kind of what it felt like a little Rini sort of a situation. But I don't know. Maybe it's something else, right? Like maybe the Orb of Light. That's what I thought. Maybe the Orb of Light was going to be the princess of the realm, and then Rainbow could be like the protector or something like that. Because they had so much lore and so much heavy lifting to do on the world building side, and then they kept wanting to get to the action, they just dumped the lore and then immediately walked away from it, and then dumped the lore and then immediately walked away from it and ignored it. That is not a great recipe for telling a story. You have to like let the viewer sit with it for a little bit, right? That's what I would say. Like that storyline of like finding all the color kids and bringing color back to Rainbowland, like that should be a movie, or that should be like a mini series, like a 6 episode, or you do an episode. Obviously, like the logical thing is you do an episode per color kid, right? And then maybe you sprinkle in a couple of in-between episodes while they're still a couple in-between episodes while they're still like gathering the team together. And then they have the big final showdown. But then we could also explain like, what's the deal with Murky and Lurky? You know, who are they? Why are they both kind of still like, obviously Lurky is supposed to be bumbling like comic relief, but like, who's Murky? Who's Murky in this equation, and what's in it for him? Does he love darkness and gloom? Why? Well, who hurt him? Who hurt him? I don't know. Anyway, overall, those are kind of, they're not nitpicks, but they're like sort of structural complaints. I think that the actual world that they've built, and the fact that it does have lore, whether it's thought out or not, and I am honestly, like, I'm sure there's the person who invented it probably has a whole, like, gets it. But, like, I like the fact that there is all this lore. I don't like the fact that none of it was explained. And I'm worried, because of the nature of this kind of show and when, the time when it was made, that they're not going to actually explain the details of like the how and the why and the like, I'm intending on watching more Rainbow Brite on this channel. So if you're interested, please subscribe. Like I have said earlier, this is a relatively new channel. So you can subscribe if you want to stick around. I guess that's a good way to support me. I intend to primarily being reacting to like retro cartoons and classic sort of classic sort of stuff like this. Just go check it out and you can see what else I talk about. But for now, I'm going to sign off. Thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I hope you have had a wonderful day and that you're doing okay. Please leave a comment down below. What did you think about Rainbow Brite? Do you have any fond memories? And again, if you have any recommendations of more I could learn about the sort of the meta knowledge about Rainbow Brite, I'd love to learn more. So share any interesting information you might have down below. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. We'll catch you next time. Okay, bye-bye.